Alex Pereira just made a big reveal and admitted that he was the one who wrote that retirement post, not a hacker like he first said. Let's go back. In May, a post appeared from Pereira's X account where he said he was feeling let down by the UFC. This was around the time when Yuri Prochaska was in talks to fight for the title at UFC 317 after Pereira had already turned down Magomed Ankalaev. The post suggested Pereira was even thinking about retirement. And after 4 title defenses in less than a year, many fans thought he just wanted a break, especially after losing to Ankalaev in the main event of UFC 313. Later, Pereira denied it and said, "That wasn't me, my account was hacked." But this week he took it back and admitted he really wrote it. Through his translator, Plio Cruz, Alex said he was just upset and acted on impulse when he posted it. He explained that he found out news through social media instead of directly from his team or the UFC, and that made him angry. He now says he regrets posting it and admits he was wrong because he didn't know about all the private talks going on at the time between his manager, his team, and the UFC.
So a little bit was miscommunication because Alex kind of found out through social media, stuff like that, and he was upset back then. That's why he sent a Twitter. But he regretted he was wrong because he didn't know talks that was going on, anything that was going on. So it was kind of miscommunication between camp manager and the UFC. It's not UFC's fault.
So can we clear that up, because you did send a tweet from your account and it seemed like you were upset and then you took the tweet down. Can we clear up that was him actually in the moment upset?
Yeah, he just said that actually.
Sem nenhuma exposição.
100% was lack of communication, was a little bit impulsive from him. He acted a little early because he didn't talk to our manager, like, you know what I mean, found out from Hunter, he saw the internet stuff and he felt a little bit hurt because he was promised the next title shot and then he sees that. Instead to just have a more mutual communication between camp, Hunter and everything. So yes, 100%, it's all straight up now.
In a recent talk with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, Caio Borralho shared some interesting details about the fighting nerds and what makes their training camp special. Even though Carlos Prades took his first loss to Ian Gary, the team has been doing great with John Silva, Caio, and Rofi all on winning streaks. Caio said their advantage comes from what they do outside the gym. They use modern data, tracking tools, and film study to look at opponents, find weaknesses, and make game plans to use against them. Caio believes this extra preparation is what makes the fighting nerds different from other teams. Prades also admitted that he didn't follow the game plan against Gary and instead chased a one-punch knockout. But he bounced back with an amazing spinning elbow knockout over Jeff Neal, putting himself back on track. Now Prades is scheduled to fight Leon Edwards at Madison Square Garden in November. At the moment, Caio and John Silva are the closest members of the fighting nerds to getting a title shot. Silva will face Diego Lopez in a possible title eliminator, and Caio is set to fight Mav in a few days.
I think we live the fight before the fight a lot. So we live the fight in training, and outside of training we are studying the whole day and we're looking for patterns, you know what I mean? So we have a data scientist that does videos for us for every pattern that the guys have. So beginning of the rounds, so we get 10 fights of the guys and we cut just the beginning of the round, how they begin all the rounds, begin all the fights. So if a guy is good in a 1-2, we get 10 fights and we cut and we put it together in one video a lot of the times that he does the 1-2. So that way we kind of see better how they prepare to do the 1-2, what are the patterns and all that, what are the trigger for them to do that. We train like separately the positions of the fight. So we do beginning of the round, so we do like 10-20 times at each training, only beginning of the round.
In a recent interview on Submission Radio, Javier Mendez shared some sad news. Javier has been in Islam Makhachev's corner for years and was also a big part of Khabib Nurmagomedov's legendary career. He said he was supposed to join Islam's camp already, but then Khabib called him. According to Javier, Khabib told him they don't need him for this camp and asked him to stay in Dubai. He was told they would only call him if they needed him. For those who don't know, Javier has been with Team Khabib for more than 10 years as the head coach, helping with some of the biggest moments in Dagestani MMA history. Javier now lives in Dubai, and he said Khabib told him to stay there and that maybe they would contact him a few weeks before the fight at MSG. Team Khabib already has their own striking coach from Dagestan. Javier's role in past camps was more about respect and loyalty than need. After over a decade with the team, this sudden change feels emotional and shows both the trust and history they share, but also that the team's dynamics are starting to shift.
From what I know, originally I was supposed to go to Dagestan. And Khabib said, no, coach, I'm the old guy now. They just want to give me a lot of time to rest. And they know I love Dubai. So they said, hey, coach, why don't you just stay in Dubai and we'll come to you September 14th. We'll start training camp. And for Usman fight, October 3rd. And then from there, we'll do Umar's fight October 25th in Abu Dhabi in the UFC. And then from there, we'll take off to New Jersey for Islam's fight. I said, okay, that's fine. Whatever they want me to do, I'm going to do. I mean, I've been there, done it all. So for me, I'm the backup guy, I'm wherever my guys need me. Those guys are my family, my whole AK family, the Magomedov family. It's all one and the same to me. So I fit in where they need me to fit in. I'll chime in when I need to chime in. And if things aren't broken, I'm not trying to fix it. But very excited about it.
McCarthy and Josh Thompson recently talked about Khamzat Chimaev's future fights and the style he will likely use moving forward. After his title win against Dricus du Plessis, many fans said the fight was boring, criticizing Chimaev for not showing the wild and destructive version they were used to. But Big John and Josh disagreed. They said this is Chimaev at his very best, and that his careful, control-heavy style is what earned him the championship against DDP. Instead of chasing flashy knockouts or highlight moments, he's focusing on the long game, wearing down opponents in a way only he can. According to them, this is Chimaev's true strength, and fans should expect more of the same dominant and effective style if he sticks to his plan like he did against DDP. The message is simple: Chimaev hasn't changed, and that's why he's now the champion of the middleweight division. He is expected to face whoever performs best out of Imavov, KO, the Ritter, and Fluffy.
Khamzat's going to always stick with his best skills. And his best, what's his normal pattern of activity? He takes people down within the first 20 seconds. He took DDP down within the first 5 seconds. He has got a fucking clear set pattern that he uses in his fights. And the first thing is he's going to shoot from across the cage, and he covers distance very well. And he's going to try to take you down. That's not going to change. That's who he is. The only time you could really sit there and say that he didn't do that was against Joe Mershart. Was the only guy that he really didn't do that, and he went out and knocked him out within 15, 16 seconds. So you look and you go, he's got a normal pattern. It's not going to change because that's what has put him where he's at. That's who he is as a fighter.